Lucretia Coffin Mott was a woman that fought her entire life for the freedom of downtrodden slaves and the equality of all mankind, including women such as herself. Born January 3, 1793, to a Quaker family in independently minded Massachusetts, Mott was an intelligent child and even became a teacher at Nine Partners Boarding School, the school in which she received her education from. It was here that Lucretia's fervor for women's equality grew exponentially, which is due to the fact that she was earning 3 times less than her male counterparts, and was once heard saying, learning while at school, that the charge for the education of girls was the same as that for boys, and that when they became teachers, women received only 1/3 as much as men for the services. The injustice of this distinction was so apparent. Infuriated, she and her husband, James Mott, also a teacher at Nine Partners, moved to Philadelphia, where she established the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society in 1833. Yet Mott's gender once again hindered her ability to fight for the freedom of slaves, as many male abolitionists believe women should not dirty their hands with the business of politics. Lucretia Mott would not let these misogynistic men obstruct her course. She continued battling for equality by traveling around the United States, speaking of the injustices committed against blacks, taking in fugitive slaves by the Underground Railroad, buying only free produced products, and attending conventions where she could voice her disgust in America's inequality. She also attended the World Anti-Slavery Convention in 1840, where she was overlooked merely because of her sex, and not allowed admission into the convention. She met confidant Elizabeth Cady Stanton here, and both, heated by this depraved behavior, set up the Seneca Falls Convention, which took place in July of 1848. It was at this convention that the Declaration of Sentiments was drafted, a document solely devoted to women's suffrage and rights. It were these actions that led Mott to be elected the first president of the American Equal Rights Convention after the Civil War ended in 1865. Throughout the remainder of her life, Lucretia Coffin Mott never stopped peacefully seeking equality. Even a mob targeting her home would not keep this woman from her mission. Mott passed on November 11, 1808, at her home in Pennsylvania, saying, "Weep not for me, rather let your tears flow for the sorrows of the multitude. My work is done. Like a ripe fruit I admit the gathering. Death has no terrors, for it is a wise law of nature. I am ready whenever the summons may come." Dying was not Lucretia's end. She lived on through women like Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and without this eloquent, outspoken woman, modern females could still be living in a world where they are expected to sit down, shut up, and serve men.